Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero-site defender of the fatherland, off you to a 1v1 on Langraskaya. In the north is Treadz, fighting for America, freedom, democracy here with the 3rd Armored Division with urban assault, tactical support, and infantry. With triple infantry bulletins from the south, it is single Doge, we'll just call him Doge, fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 2nd Panzer Division with Spearhead, Strategic Reserves, and German Mechanized. We got Treadz above the infantry featuring rifleman defensive structures, M21 mortar half-tracks, Browning light machine guns, time on target artillery barrages, and the Priest howitzer motor carriage. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my parent supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast, who support the war effort with their hard-earned money. You too can join the war effort and support the Propagandacast and fight against the evils of something by pledging on Patreon yourself. Links in the description. Or you can also support the war effort by PayPal. Also, you can find a link in the video description. Or you can comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, and fight the war against YouTube algorithms trying to, hide me away. So, bit of sandbagging here. Against the front door, gonna use MD42 for Doge. Double rifle here, we got Samex being swiftly laid down, double rifle quickly getting to work there. Except for that guy in the back that was just pretending. God damn it, Carl! Get your back into it. But I'm gonna get a hernia. No, you're not. Grab the center point there. Grab the center point. 3rd rifle squad there from Treadz. And a 2nd Grenadier squad there for Doge. Bit of barbed wire there. Screening up the fuel point, but not going to. 4th rifle squad there. Grenadiers looking to quickly block it off. And threatening basically just to pop into the building, in which case Ralph Squawk's going to get quickly shot to bits. Worth noting, he needs to capture some of these points as well here. Otherwise the rest won't matter. It's a bit of a quirk of the southern side of Langraskaya. Meanwhile, Treadz heading eastwards rapidly. Sandbags up here. So far, so good. No sign of action yet. I imagine we'll be seeing Treadz go for the 10x. First shots fired up here. MD42 actually versus the Ralph squad, but caught out of position. Interestingly set up there. I mean, I obviously always advocate for active and aggressive MD42 usage, but I think that one was a bit too much, personally. So anyway, it's got the entire thing connected here. Now just grab the point here, but still a bit behind reach from the early game because they captured all these points without actually connecting them. That's a bit of a slip again, but it's again partly just feature of Langraskaya with the south that effectively like the point you would think would obviously be the connecting point actually isn't. So little fanfare. In fact, that's technically a 2nd cut-off point there. Meanwhile, the northern one, you just grab that point, you're sort of already halfway there. Again, it's a bit of an oddity of the map. We got barbed wire here, we got sandbags. You might wonder what's linked up sandbags here behind that, but it's mostly basically because these are sort of slightly not quite fully, covering properly, whereas with sandbags you sort of get more of a straight, nice line to hide your men behind us here. You could theoretically, like with, haystacks, the rest of them getting easily shot by an MD42 and suppressed. And so, also barbed wiring up, it just creates more obstacles. Anyways, on the west side, we got an MD42 with rifle squad there. Triple Grenadiers, MD42, standard build order there. Treadz probably going to go for either Lieutenant or the Captain, we'll see. Lieutenant typically tends to be more common in 1v1s, but there are some players who like to go for the Captain. As for Doge, probably going to take up here as soon as he gets resource. Again, he's slightly behind due to, again, that slightly awkward capping order. We do get the Lieutenant out there for Treadz, and probably going to follow up with the Mechanized command post in either fast M20 or the Stuart light tank. Ralph squad falling back in physical needs, MD42 joining in. Very good there. East side here. Ralph squad blocking any immediate easy approach here by Doge, though he could go for deep flank, sneak up, hit the fuel point that way. We could, of course, try and go for the car point. On the west side here, Pioneers close on the Ralph squad, which at half health, up close to the Pioneers takes a good chance of actually winning that engagement with MP40s, though it's still going to be a bit dicey, but they do have a shot here to sort of get in the lucky hits, and there you go, Ralph squad flying back. So there you go, almost got the Mechanized command post up. Doge there taking up as well. No Doctrine yet from the center. We got the M42 being attacked by Lieutenant, but again flanked here. Gonna have to treat that one. Luckily for him, Treadz for some has no resist grenades. Others could actually technically got a chance with the wipe here. Most American players do not bother with the grenades, despite them being quite good, but it also means the ones that do go for them actually have a bit of a tactical advantage because the Wehrmacht players never see them coming. M20 utility car there for Treadz. Going to try and deal with here, but some good aggressive plays for Treadz, putting Doge a bit on the back foot. M20 almost done. No like to Mechanized company there from Doge. Also means he doesn't have like an immediate counter to it, so that's going to be extra effective here for Treadz. He's also getting slowly closer towards the Browning light machine gun. Need to connect that fuel pretty schnell. In the center gun, he's pushing back against Lieutenant. Going for the carpet, we can see Treadz moving forces into position to block such a maneuver. And these we've got Rascal pushing up here, sitting up behind Doge's front line, and there you go, M20 utility car out, adding the armored skirts upgrade. Now, the M20 utility car was primarily used to support tank destroyer battalions, to sort of act as a scout for them. They were also used as command vehicles. Ambulance on the way there for Treadz. The most we've got Rascal pushing forward about 3 echelons. Grenadiers moving in here. Worth noting, no upgrades yet here for Doge's infantry. No leichte Maschinen Gewehren. Like to make a nice comfortable run. We'll be seeing the 222 to counter the M20. But so far, Treadz maintaining good map control here versus Doge. Got most of the map. Very good here. MD42, the once more getting flanked. Rather than fortunate for Doge, he's really been having absolutely terrible luck with the MD40. It's almost always pointing in the wrong direction where the Americans are coming from. And that's got to be a bit exasperating for the crew. My God, Fritz, how many times can he get this machine gun set up in the wrong direction? We've been shot at more than we've actually shot bullets. This one's with the MG42. 2-2, they're almost done for Doge. The leichte Panzerschwerwagens, 222. Upgrade done. Could consider laying down some of the M6 anti-tank mines, which are quite good, since not only do they do a lot of damage, but they also utterly mobilize anything that survives the mine, meaning they become pretty big sitting ducks for enemy anti-tank weapons. And tanks. Anything, really. Most American players, though, similar to grenades, don't never bother with them. 4th Grenadier Squad here for Doge. No Panzer Grenadier. I would personally recommend at least mixing in some of those. Gives you a bit more of an assault element to keep up your attacks. And also, I think, a bit more suited for clearing out support weapons. Stuart Light Tank here for Treadz. And the 3rd Armored Division, the M5A1. Not to be confused with the M3A1 Stuart Light Tank, which was an earlier model without sloped armor. And I think a slightly less amazing engine. Swimming up, you've got a bazooka equipped there. Ready to blast some holes in the crouched tanks. New forces of Rapid Squad suppressing them. Trying to find a way there. There's the Lieutenant. Rapid Squad heading westwards. Back here, reinforcing healing. Managed to narrowly defend the field pod here from Treadz. Narrowly. Grenadier pushing forwards here. Still. Oh, there we go. We actually can't finally get some light machines going up here, I think, for him. Yep, inside here. Oh, right on the side on the unit there. We also got the Browning light machine up here for Treadz infantry. Worth noting, if you all then upgrade the weapon max, you can equip the BAR on top of the Browning light machine gun there. So, little addendum there. There goes Stuart, catches the 2-2 there. No Pack 40, he's going to need that. Stuart the charging head, they're using the shell shock ability here. Interesting choice there. Opposite prevents the armored cover flying back, but it also does less damage per shot. So I don't know. Still, almost took out the armored car and took no damage in the process. I guess it's a win here from Treadz. Good shot from the Stuart there. Grenadiers on health. Pack 40 on the way there on top of that second MG42 here. Pretty sort of, you know, fairly aggressive tier 1. With some light tier 2 sprinkled on top build with 4 Grenadiers, 2 MG42s, and then the Pack 40, the Panzer Abwehrkanone 40. Still lighting about here, flanking the MG42, at least trying to pressure it. Pack 40 is about to arrive. Gonna engage that Stuart and threaten to knock it out if he's not careful. There we go. Missed. Nice shooting, Friedrich. Danke. I was being sarcastic. Oh. My mother always used to be sarcastic with me too. Lieutenant is oppressed by the MG42. Grenadiers bring it closer with the Panzerfaust. Damage engines to a light tank. Nice little bit of shooting there. Rapid Squad suppressed. Fun fact about the Pack 40, it was sort of relatively light for an anti-tank of that caliber. Most anti-tank guns of that size could actually not be easily moved around by the crew, but the Pack 40, due to a lighter gun shield, kinda could though. It was pretty tough going. So, Little fun fact there. He's got laser McCarty, but the gun is the MD42. Back hit reinforcing healing.
Capture point is being overrun.
Ralph Court getting blasted. Pack 40 with 4 bouts. 50 cal for Treadz. Captain as well, interesting enough, not moving for the major and trying to get up tanks faster. Not entirely sure I think that's the best one, particularly since, he's, been fairly able to disrupt here Doge's fuel income, so I feel like he should be pushing, for medium armor faster himself, but that's just me. Doge, by the way, is yet to choose a Doctrine. We're at the 10 minute mark, not 20 minute mark, but 10, 11 minute mark there. Choosing a Doctrine, I think, would be a good idea. Though what he should go for, of course, is a Technical 1. He goes to Chief Reserve just for the Panzer IV Model J. Spearhead for spearhead things, and Blitz or Mechanized, I guess, for the half-tech, command-tech and stuff. There we got a second pack 40 here from Doge. He's obviously concerned about, getting hit with a lot of armor, so he's bringing up another anti-tank gun here. Stuart rushing forward to the gun to do here. Reasons, Ralph's Court, they're moving up. No, the reasons have also equipped with the Browning light machine gun. So, Treadz here definitely overall increasing the amount of firepower he can bring to bear against those goddamn crowds. On the west, armored car pushing back the M20 utility car here. Still no mines, I think, here from Doge. Worth noting, by the way, Doge has brought out a Minesweeper. Part probably because he just helped repair speeds, but it's also possible, he is worried about the possibility that Treadz has laid down a mine, since the mine could immediately destroy the armored car, or immediately mobilize a tank and then making a very easy target for any weapon Treadz has them. There's other Grenadiers, adding light machine gun to that. Back here at the battalion command post, still nothing happening there for Treadz. Doge could of course consider taking up himself here. He could also go for a mortar, to be honest. On a map like Langraskaya, a well-positioned mortar, in fact, he's just going for mortar, is an excellent choice there. Treadz could of course respond by a pack howitzer, mortar of his own, or the mortar half-tracks, though I probably would recommend tech before mortar half-track personally. But still, mortar, good addition there for Doge. Thumbs up. Due to overall smaller squad size, the Wehrmacht I typically tends to find is much more reliant on combined arms approaches to, leverage any attack much more efficiently. But still, no sign of Doctrine yet for Doge. He's going to use the captain, turning to the LMD42 here. Captain suffers a man loss. Interesting, he Treadz an upgrade with either BAR or a Browning light machine gun. Typically, most players would immediately equip the BAR on their captain. So, bit surprised that one there for Treadz. Bit surprised. Unless it's being met by the MD42 grenades for the LMD42 and of course the armored car. Granatenwerfer for joining in here. Blasting away that expected amerikanische Positionen or Stellungen. Still lighting up the east. Treadz finally going for the major there. Guessing he went for the captain just so he had an extra infantry squad, while at the same time opening up for just the anti-tank gun. It's the oh shit, the Nazis got tanks button. So far, Doge has yet to take up. Again, Doge is also clearly concerned about the armor, hence the double pack 40s. Again, he probably wasn't expecting his opponent to go for the captain, himself worried about tanks. So there's clearly a concern from both sides about tanks. A different kind of Panzerschreck, if you will. But there you go. Catches here the pack 4 in a bad spot, no machine to back it up. Wipes it out there again, easily. Great push here by Treadz. Bit blobby though, and of course, Doge had a heavy machine team over there, he could deal with it. Then had a machine gun, I think, team, at least more backup for the pack 4. But there you go, Rob going into the midst. Surprisingly, no kills, but at the same time, they're so low on health that it's not going to take a lot more to kill anyone. And you can't grab the pack 40, just going to destroy it. Makes a lot of sense, obviously. And even that's just, something. Obviously, would be better for Treadz if you could grab it, but chance, of course, doing that there with a lot of depleted squads is non-existent. So destroying it, of course, is the optimal choice there for Treadz. So thumbs up there. Pop goes the pack. 20 there with 3 kills, close Veteran 2. Stuart with 4 kills, Veteran 2. Back at base here, finally some tech there for Doge and Deutschland, though again, a lack of a Doctrine. Longer this is going on, plus with the double pack 40s, wouldn't be surprised if it ends up going for Spearhead. They could also go for mechanized just for the command tank. Machine caught by the infantry advancing here. Captain also equipped with the Browning light machine gun. No BA out there, again, can upgrade with both. Which obviously means the captain then has a ton of firepower.
Our supply line just got cut off. Gun batteries report barrage strikes now available in your sector.
Mortar there exposed. 5th cal opening up there. It's definitely bad here for Doge. I mean, if Treadz gets the mortar, that could easily mean that Doge's defense is going to be completely compromised if Treadz make good use of the mortar. Continue to go for the Sherman though. Doge, meanwhile, no Zapoma call. Still no Doctrine. But now Doge, or Treadz is so extended here versus Doge. If we see a full retreat, could even possibly get the 5th cal wiped out. That would be pretty good for the Germans. Pretty awkward for the Americans. Up west, Hogan is all swamped by American infantry. Again, lots of those Browning light machine guns. The Browning 30 cal specifically. This one was actually modified to resemble more the German LMG-42 with a pistol grip, since the Americans were quickly realizing the Germans wanted something there, so they started modifying some of their light machine guns to adopt some of the features like that. Little fun fact there. MG-42 is the Rifle Squad, pushes back quickly, and we do get mechanized here for Doge. Featuring the command tank, 250-1 half-track, vehicle critical repair, spotting scopes, and howitzers. For the Doctrine that's called mechanized, the only thing I'd remotely call mechanized is really the half-track. Go figure. Trying to bring up the eastern side here. There's a Pommel core yet here from Doge. On the west side, Galatian sting up there with a brown light machine gun and a minesweeper. Cut it, Jansen. But it looks cool. It's a minesweeper, not a light machine gun. Stop pretending it is, so the Germans might kill you first. On second thought, keep doing that. No, I don't want to. Captain Lieutenant was the Grenadiers out in the open, though. Might at least want to try and make use of them. Well, there is no nearby cover. Probably something Treadz should do next time. Like, you know what, he's actually got some quad around here. He's actually laid down some sandbags around here. That way, creating a position to fight from against the Germans, because right now they got heavy cover here, and the Americans got bugger all. Got the M20 flanking, though. Thumbs up there to Treadz. West side here. Grenade method moving about a bit here. Most of the map's still in favour of Treadz here. We got 466 with the 316. Doge definitely needs to get a bit working and definitely needs some Panzerwaffe out in the field here. And of course, Treadz really should consider some armour. Both sides definitely a bit on the slower end of the, you know, getting tanks out spectrum.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
And there you go, Sherman on the way there for Treadz. Doge with, I believe, the Supremo going up there now. Ja. Panzerunterstützungskorps. Pack 40 being hauled forwards. The remaining Pack 40, of course, under Doge's command. Shoots and good understood light tank here. Mortar getting veterans who won. Of course, Treadz is yet to go for any artillery. Again, he's got plenty of options now. Mortars, mortar half-techs if he upgrades the company command post. Pack houses, he even has the Scott. And on top of that, there's even the Prey, so he's effectively like got a wide variety of artillery options at a variety of price points. Truly American.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Meanwhile, Doge has got the mortar, and for now he can also go for the howitzer. And he's Panzer on with the Doge. Sherman ready here for Treadz. Adding in the 5th cal there. Rifle Squad, they're being mauled out in the up again. The lack of heavy cover here makes things tough. And that's a wipe. Good kill there for Doge. Definitely not great there for Treadz. 5th getting flanked and having him mortify Sherman rushing in though. Shoots high close shell there, obliterating Ludwig. And the 5th cal gets wiped here. Treadz every time to suffer a lot of losses here. Partly so extended, but also partly he's starting to fight from some not particularly great position against Doge, who at least has more favoured positions. So again, in this regard, Treadz, when he did have the advantage, he really should consider some sandbags here, but also crucially some mines. I mean, it is a part of rifle defensive structures. Rifle can lay down mines. It's actually a really powerful ability, but Treadz, I think, kind of dropped the ball there, not utilising it. Obviously going to sound like to get some light machine guns up faster, but having some mines and some sandbags in the right position can actually make a huge difference here. Combine this with a lack of artillery, and Treadz, who Jason's starting to look, well, a bit more awkward. Also worth noting here, armored car making use of the spotting scopes. Spotting for the MD-42 and itself. German on the western side, but firing high explosive shells at this point is against the Panther 4. So looking a bit rough here for Treadz now versus Doge. We can actually go for a command tank soon. He could also just go for the Stuke now. He could also go for an Ostwind soon, or he could go for a regular Panther 4. I mean, all, I think, you know, 4 options there are viable options for a variety of reasons here for Doge. 20 in the east. Still no mines here for Treadz. Gonna use Mountain to grab the centre victory point. You got 316 versus 439. On the west, we got them putting the lieutenant to try to push forward. In the centre of resistance, make another lone push here for freedom and democracy. Mortar keeps firing away. There's 6 kills for 22. Treadz lack of artillery continues to be, well, a bit of an impediment. Could easily do something to like soften up Doge's defences, disrupt them, suppress them, like plenty of things they could be doing, but sadly isn't. Or if you're from the German perspective, very fortunately isn't. Turn to flank in the gun of the UC. Major ultra equipped with a brown light machine gun. Definitely a lot light machine gun for Treadz. Actually kind of impressive, like most players will only typically equip the rifle squads with them, maybe they're off, so like the lieutenant, the captain, but never the major, and certainly not the re-echelon. So Treadz is definitely committing to the whole light machine gun concept, which does give him a lot of firepower. Meanwhile, Doge here going for another Panther 40. Is he playing Tier 4? Otherwise, I think you should just go for another Panther 4 here. Or a Stug, honestly. Treadz, though, definitely stuck in a pickle. Part of the issue is just like he's attacking straight through the line here. No smoke screens, not from the Sherman, no artillery preparation. And he's all just stopping up. Like, he's all just a really rubbish like, line of attacks here from Treadz versus Doge. And there you go. It's Sherman pushing up on his own in the west. But again, high explosive shells, so unable to deal with armor. Definitely feel like Treadz might have come himself stuck in a bit of a rut here. And suffering from a bit of tunnel vision. Meanwhile, Doge could easily commit to more armor at the moment. Easily. I'm surprised he actually isn't. Was he planning a howitzer maybe? Like just some artillery to bombard Treadz position further, but with some bigger stuff than a mortar? I mean, that is an option. Also, another issue with Treadz just attacking head down is like he's then suffering from intensive manpower bleed without making any progress, and crucially, he's also then denying himself manpower then it can be used for tanks or even the artillery here. So, Treadz, he's just putting himself into like a negative spiral there of resources, which prevents him going for other stuff that actually help him avoid manpower bleeding as well. So, I think there needs to be like a switch in overall strategy here from Treadz, because the current strategy is, well, more resemblant of something like, you know, from Conrad von Hötzendorf of the Austro-Hungarian army in World War I. You know, the Italians, particularly in a certain Cadorna. I mean, this is, you know, more like the battles of the Sonzo River than, you know, World War II action. So I definitely think Treadz needs to overall reorganize his tactics and strategies. He's moving up the light vehicles on the left side for possibly some sort of flank, but the overall attack here is now relying too much on blobs, and Doge's current force composition I think is well suited for dealing with that. Double packs also helping dealing with the light vehicles on the west. Overall, too slow execution on that one, plus should have dived deeper with them. Should have been more aggressive, harder to like just lock down. Obviously more risky, but at the same time, I think at this point, Treadz can't really afford to not be risky. Yeah, Treadz is losing more. He's finally going for another tank bomber. Then we got another tank away for Treadz. And we got the house here, the Leichte Feldhaubitze 18 for Doge. No sign of Panzerwaffe. Yeah, the lack of artillery is definitely proving to be a significant detriment here for Treadz. That and lack of preparation ahead of time when he actually had like a more bigger chunk of the map here. Again, should lay down sandbags here, maybe some mines here and there. I think that make things a lot more defensively for Treadz. Oh snap, M20 at the entrance to the base, again using the spotting scopes here. 2 thumbs up to Doge. Making fairly good use of the Doctrine actually. Fairly good use. If you just make use of it sooner, maybe got in a half trigger, I think that'd been pretty sweet. But that's that. Don't know if he's actually making use of the vehicle critical repair. Holy smokes! The vehicle critical repair ability. Wow, I've really messed up on that one. But second Sherman out here for Treadz, the M4A3 Sherman. Sherman going for deep flank. But can he coordinate it with something else? Otherwise he's just going to be sending a tank right into its death. The situation for Treadz is looking pretty rough. We've got 316 to 281. Hard to find way here. Flying into the base and get some kills. Also known as the get lucky artillery stratagem. Doge is definitely no Durchbruchmüller, that's for sure. Push against the center here, Treadz. Again, charging ahead. There are no smoke screens from either Shermans. But again, he's going for flank beam. I think deployed some smoke screens from this one here, which would make it much harder again for Doge to actually fire his incoming infantry. Instead, he's attacking across open ground with no preparation. We got the Sherman going up the flank. You know, not bad if he just had some more force behind it. Again, there'd been some smoke to the main assault. I think this would have been much better here for Treadz. Instead, it's a lone Sherman just basically charging into the lion's den here. In this case, the Ice Eagles den. Sort of got a breakthrough in the main line now, but still the MD42 here. In this case, it wasn't like the main line effectively. And west, we got the Striga going for the MD42. Some progress from Treadz, but he's taking so much damage from the progress. His tanks are not able to assist much either. Some artillery called in here, not too shabby. Mortar red 2 11 kills. Stewart survives the encounter there. And the artillery called in by the Major is so far missing every mark. I think he might have misclicked. Another Panther 4 there for Doge. And again, complete lack of smoke screens here from Treadz. And so ultimately he's forced to fall back. Panther 4's reached actually 2, adding the Schutzen. Oh dear. Ooh, they managed to get right in before the shot hit. Although shit hit the fan there could also work as a sentence. Got 2 Shermans already again. Bazooka fire there from the 10. Gets got hit. The Panther 4 penetrate the frontal armor. Second Panther 4 was done. Pack 4 moving forwards. He's on the fire from the Sherman. Second Panther ready for Doge and Deutschland. Charging ahead again, head-on assault. Once more, a complete lack of smoke here from Treadz. Charging ahead there for Freedom. Roxy almost got the Panther 4. He's shown them the damage engine, but there's a 2-pack 40s again. This is where the smoke has been great. Incendiary position being used here for Doge. 2 thumbs up. Second Sherman down. Panzer 4 survives. Treadz charging straight in the MD42, and there goes surrender. A loss here for America, freedom and democracy. A brutal fight. In the end, GG here for Doge. Slightly rubbish start there. Again, could have done with the Doctrine sooner, but also crucially in the end, though, despite a good start here, Treadz just failed to capitalize on it, to expand on it. Again, should again, as I mentioned, prepared positions ahead of time here. That made it much easier to defend, but also attack from for Treadz. But also crucially, you know, artillery here would have done a lot for him, or at least just using the Sherman's smokescreen abilities. Like, there's definitely a lot of things that Treadz could have done better than he actually did, and this made it easy for Doge to like actually make a comeback and sort of, you know, tear apart Treadz. As Treadz effectively just backfired or jammed and just kept resorting to these basically World War I-esque tactics. And again, like, you know, not even the best of World War I tactics. We're talking like, you know, yeah, Isonzo River style stuff there. So GG, game over. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. And of course, do consider donating and supporting the Propagandacast's war effort, either via Patreon or PayPal. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial Lincoln. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful and lovely audience. And I hope to see you all tomorrow again for another shiny episode. Bye.